So plus cast on, I've done 10 rows. So cast on, and then I did 10 of the ribbing rows because I'm wanting to do this and try and make it with the knitted loom here. And I think I need more than 10 rows. I think I need 15 to 20. So I'll show you what it looks like at 15. And I probably can take my slip knot off the peg, the anchor peg now, if it will allow me to. This thread is fraying. So, and it's brand new thread. So, oh well. Right, the slip knot didn't come undone properly, so it's just now a knot. Oh well. I think I should still be able to weave it in even though there's a knot there. But yeah, I'm going to come and I'm going to show you what it looks like with 5 more rows. So hopefully I can basically make this but with the loom, because I need a little more practice crocheting, because it says beginner, not novice. I'm complete novice before I actually get to this point here. So I'm going to see if I can use my loom to make like a coaster with this design, and then all I have to do is fold the coaster in theory. So I'm going to change my pattern that I have written down to 15 rows and then come back if it needs 20. So yeah, so I think I need 15 to 20 rows of the pink, and then the white and the green I'm going to keep as 3 and 5. So hopefully that works. Wish me luck. Here we are at 15 rows, including the cast on. And I think I need 5 more, because this is going to be the biggest area of the, or the color that shows up the most. This is the pink, right? So it has to have the biggest amount of thread. So I'm going to go with 15 rows and hope that I have enough to do the opposite side with this thread. If not, I still have my red thread from my previous piece. So there might be a switch up in color depending on how much thread was given for this project, because it was given for a crochet project, not a knitted project. And I have heard that knitting projects do take less wool or less yarn than crochet projects. So hopefully, cross my fingers, wish me luck, I have enough thread to replicate this so that it's the same on each side of the coaster type thing. So yeah, that's where it is now. That's 15 rows. And I definitely need 20. So I want this to be like more where, even though it's the same amount of thread, you know, because of gravity and everything, I want this to be closer together, like this round, if that makes sense. I don't want this to be so big. So the longer it is, then it'll like fold on it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Anyway, I want this space here to be smaller. And hopefully with 5 more rows, it will be. Though I might need 25. Anyway, I'll update you after the next 5 rows. Okay, so now I'm at 20 rows. And I'm going to do 5 more. Because I want this to be a little more like that. If that makes any sense. So once I figure out how many rows this is, then the next part of this will be super easy, because I'll have the rows already ready to go. So once I figure out how many rows this needs. So I'm going to do 5 more. and we'll see. I'll update you at where we're at that point. So this is 25 rows later, and I think I did an extra one, so it's technically 26 with cast on, and then it'll be like 28, 29 because this row has to be stitched. This row that's currently there is stitched, and then I have extra red thread that I wrapped around the loom once type of thing, so it should be like 28, 29. And then I'll start with the white, and I've already attached it to my red, so it'll just, you know, be woven in easily, in theory. So this is what's left of the red that I started with here. So I hope that's enough for another 25 rows. Wish me luck. I've reached the white thread now, so not a full round, just a few pegs short, but now I'm weaving in the white, so let's hope it looks good. Okay, so I've now done 5 rows of the white, and part of me is thinking if I just take one peg or one thread here and move it to the other peg, if I could make a half circle that way as well. I don't know. But that's where I'm at now. I'm going to add the green, and since I did 5 of the white, I'm going to do 10 of the green now. And then do 5 more white, and maybe that'll work. I don't know. But yeah, that's where I'm at now. Okay, so here it is now. It is no longer going to be a coaster, but actually going to be a thing to hold my water bottle, like a water bottle purse kind of thing. And I did this strap with 5 pegs here, basically just e-wrapping them. And this is the first time I have 2 strands of different colors for that. I think it's working out really well, because I wanted like a pink and this is brown, but from a distance it looks black, so kind of like the seeds of a watermelon is kind of what I wanted to go with for here. And then for the sides of the piece here, I've just taken this stitch, put it over here, then put the bottom stitch over top until I get to the mirroring pegs to the starting point, so I can attach the string on the opposite side. So hopefully I can show you what I mean. I am doing this one-handed, so I apologize if this isn't the best here. So I'm going to, whoops. So this is what I've been doing. Okay. Now collect all the strands in the yarn and then place it over top of this peg here. Nope. That didn't want to attach. This is way easier to do with 2 hands. Okay. So I got that. And then I take this one over top. And then I do the same. I've made a purple marking where I'm going to attach this opposite side of the handle. So that's where I'm going to stop. I still want to have a pink underneath so it attaches to the thing properly. So then with this one, and to thread the new thread in, I just attached it to my pink working thread, because I'm out of this working thread that I'm working on right now. I'm out of that thread now. So this, and then now that there's 2 loops on here, I'm taking that over, and then lastly, and then mirroring it on the opposite side. Sorry. All right, now that there's 2 loops on this one, I'm going to loop that over top. And I've done the same with this one. So when I finish this strand, I can either take this and just over top or make a new strand of thread and then tie it up. But I think it'll look better if I just take this and replace it on top of here when this is done. And my first like knit bag that I made, each of my straps I made 2 feet long and then had them tie up. But this I think will look better if I just do like if I don't do a adjustable strap type thing where it's just fixed in place. So I might make this 1 to 2 feet depending on, like, because I want to wear it across, like a cross bag kind of thing. Or crossbody bag. So yeah, 2 feet. I'm going to make this 2 feet roughly in length. And I have a tape measure beside me, so a heavy duty one. So I'll measure as I put it together. And yeah, that's how it's turning out. I'm really liking it so far, actually. I'm liking this strap that I've created. And yes, I have smaller amount of the brown to the orangey pink, but I do have a bunch more in my bag here if I run out. So till then, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, that's where it's at now. And I kept changing the pattern, so I'll tell you what the end result was. I didn't have enough of this pink to do 25 rows on the second half of it, so I just got 5 rows out of that. So anyway, but that's just because I ran out of thread. So anyway, that's how it's going. So hopefully it works. Wish me luck. So I ended up changing my mind, and each of the straps on each side of it are 2 feet long, and then I attach them at the end. So now for braiding this handle onto, or whatever you call it, the strap, I did the I did the E-wrap. I missed the end peg, but next round I will grab that one and I'll miss this one, so it is even along the sides here. And then, because it's easier where the working yarn is, I start with that. Sorry, it got unraveled. And so, man, I wish I had someone to help me out, but oh well. Okay. Sorry. All right. Let's see. So next I'm going to grab this one, put it over this bottom one, put it over, bottom, over, bottom, over, and then my working yarn will be here. So I'll wrap this one and do it again. So hopefully I can, okay. All right. So, and then I repeat. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm using my legs to hold it. And then I'll skip that one. I'll push that down. Okay. All right. Oh, whoops. Lost the brown thread there. Ugh. Okay. So now that I have that, okay. Well, you get the point. Then I repeat type of thing. So it keeps unraveling because I need two hands to do this. And one hand's holding the phone, so yeah. But you get the point. That's what I'm doing now. And I'm going to make this strap, I think 2 feet long, and then if I think it needs to be longer, I can make it longer. But that's my goal. Okay, so I ended up finishing this off screen, and I lost count of my stitches. I ended up making it way too long to be a coaster, so it ends up being a water bottle holder, but it only fits smaller water bottles, like a plastic, like, Kirkland Signature water bottle, or like a kombucha bottle or something like that, or can. And I would assume like a beer bottle would fit in it because of the way I finished the sides of it. I don't drink beer, so I haven't tested it with that, but I feel like a bottle shaped like that it could fit, but it ended up being way too small for the Owala bottle that I wanted it to be for. So I'm trying it again because I made a coaster. So I'm trying to make this again so I can just fold it. Hopefully. Maybe that'll work. And the reason I did this off screen was because a family member of mine had gone to the hospital and we were waiting for news, so I did the rest of this off screen. It's a water bottle holder, okay? So that's why I did that. And he's not doing so well, so I'm gonna, after this video, I'm not making a couple, I'm not gonna be making much more because I can feel myself on the verge of tears. And so I ended up making another one, which actually fits my Owala bottle. But I did this at the bottom. And because of that, I can't let it stand on a flat, like it doesn't stand flat. But yeah, and then I accidentally made it too long as I was testing it out. So, yeah. So I'm sorry I didn't finish the, making a video of the completion, but things have been happening. So this is how it's turned out. I'm hoping that this coaster I made, I can turn into that type of thing with yarn that I already had. So yeah, and a little bit of the yarn that came with the kit. So I'm hoping that works at least for the watermelon thing, and that the brown strands will kind of look like the seeds kind of thing. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, it doesn't flatten out anymore. I don't know what I keep doing to make it like this. I have a hard time just knitting a flat circle and it not curving up like a booty or a hat type thing. So, oh well. Hopefully this works. But I might just take photos of it to finish it off. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. Anyway, that's it. That's it for this video for now. I'll show you a finished photo of this if it ends up working out. So, wish me luck. So my idea didn't end up working, so I put my two failed crochet pieces together, and I do plan on making another arm for this. Making another arm and more limbs for this little character, but this is where it is now. This is my first project when it comes to crocheting anything, so I clearly need a lot more practice, but I hope you enjoyed seeing the beginning of my crocheting journey, and I really hope you enjoyed this video.